Buried Alive interlude. Kendrick, okay. I don't need it.
Oh my God.
I don't need it. What are you even rapping about?
That is the worst Kendrick feature ever.
He's literally.
I was super excited when the album dropped.
Yeah, because I'm like, oh, Kendrick? Because this is like
terrible.
GK, this is Good Kid, Mad City Kendrick.
It really is. Yep, same time frame.
So when I heard him literally just sitting and talking about them, you're telling a story about y'all getting dinner. Yeah, like, that's the rap? Like, your rap is about y'all going to Outback and like,
right.
what are we doing? Into the Ronto. Yeah. In a minute. Because, like, I'm finna take it to the tip top. I'm finna take it to the Welcome to the top, where we talk all things hip hop. I'm Red Eye AV, and I'm with my homie JB. What it do, man?
Nothing much. How you feeling, man?
Good. I mean, I can't wait to talk about the different topics we getting through for these next podcasts.
Yeah, I think we got some good ones.
Yes, but especially this one. There's this, and you would probably say it's a myth of the concept of no skip albums.
Yes,
and I wanted to give a little context. That's what we're talking about. I want to give a little context just because I think there isn't a urgency for a no skip in the streaming era.
Oh, anymore. Yeah, that's down there.
It's like it's extinct. It's pretty much like
right, RIP.
Right, but you know, back when there were tapes, and then in our era, in the internet era, where there were CDs, there was more of a urgency to make sure that if you were gonna go in the store and buy a CD or a tape, it had to be a banger.
Top to bottom.
Like, otherwise, you could just listen to the radio and catch the single, you know what I mean? But like,
right, exactly.
So,
because back then, you had to get your money worth.
Right.
I was trying to get $2.95 worth of
right.
$9.99 when I was growing up.
Facts. And now with Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, all that stuff, everything is just squeezed in one place. So you can make a playlist, you know what I mean? But I remember making CDs like in high school, like literally like ripping CDs off LimeWire and stuff like that.
Right.
I think the statutes and limitations is up on that.
Say
but
still.
that, right. But I think, you know, but the reason we started burning CDs is because we didn't want to put in a CD in like a Walkman or whatever, with no skips or whatever. And then the iPod era, because that pretty much, iPod came out literally right when we were in high school. So
changed the game.
So yeah, I just want to give. So when we talk about no skip albums, that's how important it was to have and be a no skip album. Like now, it's like
I don't even think it's that popular to listen to an album from track 1 through track 13 or whatever in order anymore. Some people just pop in the new album if they play the album and just hit shuffle.
That is so flagrant.
Yeah, I know a lot of artists hate that because a lot of people take their time to curate, play songs in specific orders to have a smooth flow.
Right. And that was
nobody care about that no more.
But that was the same thing, you know, anytime my wife, April, love you, April. My wife would put in music, like she would play music or whatever. I'm like, no, you better start the track 1. This the first time we listen to this? Or like it's a certain kind of album?
Right.
So we got a list according to XXL Mag. I picked some of like, I would guess some undisputed classics
for sure.
Pretty much. Like everybody generally speaking would say that all these albums are classics.
Yes.
And we're gonna determine, are these no skip albums? And we're gonna talk about one of them. I'm looking at the LP version of this, you know, the vinyl that's sitting up on my little shelf over here of Good Kid, Mad City, Kendrick Lamar. It's just a no skip album.
You getting straight to it?
Hey, why not?
This phenomenal album, in my opinion, best album, top 2 for sure.
Yeah, like since
2010. Yeah, for sure. Top 2 for sure. 444. What's up?
Right.
But listen, this is why I say it's a myth. because everybody got their own criteria, right? And music is subjective. So some songs you like and some songs I like. Right. No song is universal. But for me, if you got skits on your stuff, I'm sorry, automatically they are skips. Like the first couple times, 100%.
But like this doesn't have the skits are
in the song,
right?
Exactly. I'm still skipping them. I don't care what your grandma say, your mama say. I mean, so what you want to go down the track?
Yeah, well, we'll just pick your no skips, and so you were clear on like why this is a skip album. Like this doesn't have no skips. I think
honestly,
for me,
this is 90%.
Yeah, it's a high percentage.
I can't think of right. Me, I don't like Money Trees, but it's whatever.
What? You don't like Money Trees?
I don't like it.
Yo, I thought J-Rock skated on Money Trees.
I think he did too. I don't like the hook.
Oh yeah. Well, that's a Kendrick thing. If the whole triple dubbed, pitched up, overdubbed, like with some sort of female vocalist in there, I ain't gonna say it's not gimmicky, but it's a technique that he uses very frequently. Yeah. To where even through this whole album, like even the I'm Real joint, he has like this lady Anna Wise on there, and it's like the similar feel. You know what I mean? So
I'm looking at this. I see 5 bonus tracks.
Yeah, so for me, I mean, it's not fair to count the bonus tracks, I guess, because they wouldn't be on a deluxe.
There's some heat on the bonus tracks.
This wouldn't be on a deluxe, so I'm not gonna count that. But so my issue with this album, like I'll listen to this whole thing all the way through.
Okay,
it's right to Compton.
Okay, yeah, all right.
So
that's pretty far though.
It is. It's like 96% through the album.
Yeah.
But I think what gets me with that is Dre. Because it's like, if you're Kendrick and you want Dre to rap on your song, but you got to write the verse for Dre, it sounds just like you wrote the whole thing because you did. And so the whole thing sounds like Kendrick. It's just a different like pitch that comes in.
That's like Eminem on Forgot About Dre.
Yes. Yes.
Whole song sound like him featuring him.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And so it's like, but this one is a little, and I'm being nitpicky.
Oh yeah. Well, like I said, phenomenal, 5-star. It's almost blasphemous to say it's not a no skip album.
But I would say it's nearly a no skip album.
Exactly. I'm not playing the intro either, but whatever.
Yeah. But that's part of like being a story. All right, let's talk about Common.
Fire.
This
changed before this. Like Common, I'm gonna keep it real.
Yeah,
didn't play Common, bro.
Right.
Matter of fact, I wouldn't even if somebody even brought his name up, I would laugh. You talk about dude with the hat,
right? Because you gotta keep in mind the only song that he had was or that was heavy in rotation was The Light,
right?
Like that, or at least even now, like it's like 98.3 V100. That's a song. Oh, that's Milwaukee stations, guys. Milwaukee, Wisconsin. But other than that, like Common wasn't like heavy in rotation up until him and Kanye.
Exactly. That's why. And this is like Kanye, the height of Kanye coming up. Phenomenal production through the roof. I mean.
I must look. I'm gonna go ahead and call it
the corner fire, go fire, faithful testify.
Yeah, this is a no skip for me. It's a no skip for me, bro. I can't. You know what's crazy? This is not the album that I expected.
That you would have expected? Oh, 100%.
To be a no skip.
You let off with Kendrick and then you went to Common, but I'm not mad at this.
But like, you know what I mean? Like, but Common. Definitely no skip for me. I don't have no issues with this. I think Kanye, so like Common has this flow. Somebody pointed this out to me once, where Common doesn't necessarily talk about himself. He's always talking like outwardly. He's talking about, even it's not on this album, but like the people. Like every song that Common makes is pretty much the people,
right?
Or a love song,
okay, yeah,
or some sort of story. But it's never about like him internally. And that works in a way because that allows him to be broad enough to like get through music. Like, cause when we gonna talk, that's why I got the next album where we're talking about where we got to talk about, because it doesn't get old with him with Common. Like this album doesn't get old because he's not necessarily going deep into his feelings or his own experience. It's all like things he's viewed and he saw. He's almost like a scribe in a way. And so I think that's why I appreciate B. No skip for me. I don't know about you.
Let's see what we got here. Like I said, this is another one. Classic for me. I see The Food Live on here. I'm sorry.
Yo, you know what's funny? Listen, I just wish that it was not live.
No offense, bro. You could have kept that one off.
Yeah.
I'm also seeing a 9-minute outro on here, part 1 and part 2. It's Your World. We skipping that bad boy. Unless I got it.
And that's simply because of length for you?
Oh, 100%. I mean, I like long songs. Kanye, like, infamous for those, like, on his first couple albums. But we didn't know that with Common, though. But again, like, if I'm just chilling, somebody throw it on. Hey, if it's a grind to go press next, I'm probably not gonna press next.
Right.
You know, it's some songs that it don't matter how far away you gotta travel to skip that.
And we're actually, I think these first 2 albums don't have that, but the ones that we're gonna get into, I think we're gonna get into
100%.
Yo, I gotta run across the road to hit the stereo for this one, my guy. Hit the jukebox.
Right.
Let's talk about it.
All right,
Drake.
Which one
Drizzy.
we doing?
Take Care. We're talking about Take Care.
Fire. Now I see what you're talking about with this.
Yes. So this one, I would say, like, again, I was nitpicky with the Kendrick one.
Right.
This one has some legitimate.
Oh, this one has skips. Yeah. So no, this one has. I don't want to. Is Girls Love Beyonce? Is that on here?
No, it isn't, because that's Stimulus Package Drake. You know, and now it's on Care Package.
Right.
But
Practice, we ain't doing that.
No, why? I'll start earlier than that. So Buried Alive interlude, Kendrick. Okay. I don't need it.
Oh my God,
I don't need it. What are you even rapping about?
That is the worst Kendrick feature ever.
He's literally.
I was super excited when the album dropped.
Yeah, because I'm like, oh, Kendrick, because this is like
terrible.
GK. This is Good Kid, Mad City.
It
Kendrick.
really is. Yep, same time frame.
So when I heard him literally just sitting and talking about them, you're telling a story about y'all getting dinner. Yeah. Like that's the rap. Like your rap is about y'all going to Outback and like
right.
what are we doing? Into the Rato. Yeah. Because like Kendrick couldn't miss on features in that time frame too. You know, starting to branch out like as far as rappers.
Right.
But yeah, Buried Alive.
Oh my God, I'm glad I missed right over that.
You know what? I would say Make Me Proud, but I just heard it the other day, and I don't hate it.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
I don't hate it. And Nicki kind of skated on that.
Yeah, she did.
Shit.
She did.
Oh, man. And then it goes into this, one of my favorite parts of this. So that's part of the, this will be fine. UGK will be fine. Make Me Proud.
He going crazy.
Lord knows. Cameras.
Right.
They ain't even doing it wrong. Like, in the real hurt. So this is like and look what you done. That whole bit makes this album a classic in and of itself. But the other skip.
Practice is on.
Practice is.
That's the back that ass up.
Yes, that's Juvie. It's the Juvie interpolation. He had to call Juvie to get permission.
That wasn't the one. Should have called for Rodeo, bro.
That's
that's not it, though.
You're right. I was like, right. I'm like, yo, this the one that you decided to sing?
He didn't even want to put the wobbity wobbity on. Girl, you look good, won't you?
Yeah, that was. I don't ever need Drake singing.
That's a bottom 5 Drake song.
Yeah, easily.
100%. Matter of fact, most of the time he does something like that
it's bottom 5.
Yeah, it's not.
Because even good. Like Scorpion, he has a couple of those similar like vibes,
right.
And it's hit or miss. Mm-hmm. But it's very polarizing. This one did not polarize me the right way. So yeah,
still fire though.
See, it's a fire album, a classic album,
the ride
with a skip.
How you got? Practice and then the ride, bro.
And then the motto for a bonus track. Exactly. I'm like, how could you mess up that sequence? Like, because if you would have left practice out,
yeah, bro.
This album would have been like no miss, exactly. No miss.
Right.
Let's talk about the next one. TM 101.
Fire. Now,
you know what, man?
It's crazy. These last couple ones.
Yes.
What I noticed about albums that are very like majority of people say no skip usually got a lower amount of tracks on it. We're talking 13, somewhere between the 10 and 13 range.
Yeah. That's like the classic length of an album.
Exactly. In my opinion, 13 songs is perfect. If you want to go less,
even
perfect.
better.
Well, if you go more, you risking it with every song.
It's and again, I bring up the sports analogy of our podcast because it's just like it's like shooting. It's like it's hard, your quarterback rating. The longer you stay in the league, your offensive line change. You start to get more sacks. Your arm get a little rusty. Your legs get a little more, and you just do poor performances. Not because you're a bad quarterback, but because you just been in it long. And that's how I feel about long albums. It's like that potential to, dang, everything isn't going to be great at 30 songs, 20 songs or whatever. You leaving yourself vulnerable.
Right.
TM 101 though.
This one,
Young JayZ.
This one is ebbs and flows. This is a classic. But there's song.
It has some highs.
It got highs and low. This song I don't even remember them.
I was clicking through this the other day, and what I realized is that this is a really good album.
Oh, 100%.
Like, and obviously some of this stuff comes from Trap or Die, the mixtape that he dropped before this. But
Gangsta Grizzly,
Young JayZ, so for me, I think My Hood is the skip for me. I'm not mad at it.
You crazy,
bro? You don't think it's a little jingly?
No, it is.
Every time I do it for my hood like this.
No, I'm just
not
saying
mad at
it. Exactly. No, you 100%. That's a little different with JayZ too.
Yes.
I don't know if he done this since or before.
Right.
But he shot it out Milwaukee in there, so I got it. Yeah. That's automatic for me. Cuckoo Cow, you know what I'm saying?
Right. In projects like Cuckoo Cow. And I'm not mad at the song, but I'm not. No. If I'm in a car, not gonna let that rock. Especially if Bottom of the Map is the next song. I rock a Bottom of the Map, Get Your Mind Right, Trap Star, Bang. So I think but this also it gets weird. Soul Survivor is hard. Don't Get Caught is cool. Trap or Die, of course, is hard.
Air Forces.
I don't like any real young. I'm not a fan of Young JayZ chick songs.
Oh no,
I'm not.
We're not doing those.
He's not, and so I think that's what Tear It Up is.
Okay. We gotta be talking about Snow. You know what I'm saying?
I hate that. Like consumers, as consumers, but as consumers, that's what we're like. Exactly. Yo, you have to only talk about this.
I'm sorry, but that's why I know I'm out here typecasting you, bro.
Right. So end of the day, I mean, other than that, I don't have any real gripes. There's no practices on here for me.
No.
That's the flagrant skip.
Exactly. Right.
I'm just being nitpicky. But overall, no skip.
You got some skips.
They got
several skips. Yeah. It's still a classic.
Still a classic, without a doubt. Let's talk about this. And we gotta we got time. But let's get through this. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy by Kanye West.
Kanye, listen, we could do 6 Kanye albums, and all of them, he always put one song on there. I'm like, why did you do it?
It's like it's on purpose.
Exactly. It was crazy. Sometimes, for me, graduation, it was the Drunken Hot Girls.
Yeah.
I love Drunken Hot Girls. But I know that I'm probably in the minority on that.
Yeah, you're the minority predator in that, for sure.
So this album hit the magic number, 13 songs.
Yes.
Fire everywhere. Up and down. But for me,
We all know what it is.
Hell of a life.
We all know what it is.
It is the worst Kanye verse I've ever heard, bro.
Yeah, without a doubt. You know what's crazy? The run that, so this album has a run.
Oh, yeah.
And I would say it starts with Power. So Dark Fantasy and Gorgeous is cool. It starts with Power. All of the Lights is hard. Amazing. Monster. So Appalled. Rick Ross verse on Devil in a New Dress. Runaway, which we didn't get at first, but like
right.
When you hear it in the context of the album, but then you gotta ruin the run.
I almost want to play the first verse.
Yeah.
First of all, it's sick. It's sick.
It is.
I don't know what he's talking about, dog. He mixing like religion and porn. It's like, bro, this ain't it, bro.
That's not it. And I think
going for shock value there.
But I think that's unfortunate because I think that's what I like about Kanye, but that's also what has often turned me off from Kanye is that approach. I have to be the shockiest shock person. You know, we talked about the Hurricane Katrina benefit and it's the same person.
Oh yeah,
it comes from the same place. So definitely a skip on.
When did this come out?
This was, was it 20? Oh, I should have it on here.
I see a lot of people saying like this might be the best rap album of all time.
It's not. And we're gonna talk about that as a topic too, for sure.
It's a real good album. I don't think it's Kanye's best album.
I don't think it's.
I'm not mad if somebody said it was
2010.
Okay. So
yeah, it's not the best rap album. There's some, but it's a classic.
Oh,
it's a classic.
100%.
All right, let's talk about it. Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. This
is the first album I bought.
Word. Yes. I didn't know that with your own money.
Yes. Lost Ones was my thing.
Yo, don't tell me you was.
I was going crazy at
home. She was spitting though.
Oh, 100%.
She was spitting. Yeah, X Factor, Zion, doo-wop that thing.
Jesus, crazy.
Superstar. It's hard because I think I got one. You know what it is?
Got a lot of skips on her. A lot of skits on her, so you know me.
Yeah. But like I think Forgive Them Father, is that the one that has Wyclef on there? Yep.
Yeah.
No, I don't hate it though.
No, I don't hate it either, but I'm skipping it.
Yeah. Especially because I love Every Ghetto, Every City. Mm-hmm. I love Nothing Even Matters. Everything is like she also has this run. This is the run on her album. Like Every Ghetto, Every City, Nothing Even Matters, Everything is Everything. The Can't Take My Eyes Off of You.
Crazy.
So yeah, classic album.
Yes.
But skips.
Several skips.
All right, let's do this. Man, it's about to get flagrant. At minute 22, getting flagrant.
Might remove us.
Yo, this. All right, okay, but this is The Blueprint by JayZ. I'll try to put little title cards on here so people know what we're talking about.
Okay.
This album might be like the first great album that I've heard. So like I got into rap through like Southern rap, but this is like when you sit and listen to it, it might be the trend setter for that length of album, the style of album,
soulful,
soul beats,
soul back,
braggadocious raps.
Oh yeah,
you know,
this to this day is still my favorite album of all time. I think it's the greatest hip hop album of all time.
Very high. Like if you're trying to sit somebody down, like if an alien was to come to this planet and you had to give them one CD to be like, all right, what represents your culture? Out, especially in hip hop culture. Yeah. This was definitely one.
With that being said, though,
let's talk about it. So
skips.
So
here
again, he has these runs. And they always ruin the run with one song. You can't just put it at the end. Let me break it down, right? The Ruler's Back, fire. Take Over, fire. Ace to the Izzo, of course.
Let's go.
Fire. Girls,
Let's go.
Fire. Jigga.
I'm not mad at it, but
it's not good. It's not good. Oh, you know why?
He thought he was going crazy too.
Yeah.
That's his version of pop.
Yeah, we'll talk about it because he has another one on here too. I think.
Oh,
in my opinion.
like a couple right.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so yeah, Ola. I would say you don't know fire.
Fire.
Ola, Ovito.
Same thing. Same thing.
I'm gonna be as respectful as possible when I say this. I'm
playing it, but I get it.
I have to, and you know what the problem is with New York rappers? I think because they live in so like close proximity and it's so diverse, they just feel like they can just kind of take whatever from whatever and it's gonna be fire. That's not always the case. All right, just because you got a Spanish title don't mean it's gonna be fire, bro.
Ovito.
Yeah.
Ovito.
No, that's insane. Because then it goes harder, and then it's another run. That's fire. Art of the City, Never Change, Song Cry, All I Need, Renegade. Ha! Would you skip Renegade?
I skip Renegade every time. I've listened to Renegade all the way through probably 4 times in my life.
Like in total?
Yeah. Like I skip it every time. I can't do it because every every now and then I was like, let me listen to see. First, I gotta see because the rumor that Eminem cooked Jay still can't hear it.
I don't hear that.
I don't think it's a good song. Period. Eminem's on the production. That's never good
out
for
like
me.
A sore thumb on here. So like when you production Eminem's beat, but like it's so much soul. It's so much like
exactly that hook is trash. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you got JayZ doing a pitch. Renegade.
That's not him. I'm skipping that, bro. Anything. That ain't it, bro.
Oh man.
Some people swear by it. Some people call it like a top collab. For me, no, sir.
Yeah, it's hard because I mean, I can't say that I've heard this song that many times in the past decade.
Oh yeah,
like just honestly, because and especially because again, it's that one song that ruins the run because then it goes into Mama Loves Me, Lyrical Exercise, which is dope. The Girls. You ever heard Girls Girls Part 2?
Yeah.
It's like Just Blaze.
Yeah. Because he changed the beat a little bit.
Yeah, and so it's. So overall, there are some skips.
There are skips. Still phenomenal album.
Still classic.
Kanye,
classic.
Bink, Just Blaze.
Oh my gosh, Tim has a couple on there.
Although
I would say, and Tim doesn't have the best beats on here.
No, M doesn't either. So
that wasn't gonna be hard though. just being trill. Let's move right along to the last one. Stank on You.
Fire.
I'm so definitely. So I'm gonna get right to it. Definitely has some skips,
right?
But that's because they don't follow the JB length rule of albums.
24 songs
and interludes and skits. It's a lot of
exactly. So with you, because these got like some banger,
they got some high highs.
Do that like balance out like a weaker track if they got like Fresh and Clean?
It's hard, right? Because Fresh and Clean, especially where it sits on the album, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. This is not a good track listing. Not a good track listing.
They like put stuff to Miss Jackson.
Yeah. And then they just tuck B.O.B. at number 11.
They like spread the bangers out. I give them that. They just put them bang, 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 bang.
Yeah, I think if they would have spent more time, just kind of trying to, if they had more of a blueprint approach, they have the like almost. This is almost like the Cash Money approach, where where I don't know if you've heard of how Wayne and Juvie they talk about. It was pretty much like a writer's camp, or I wouldn't say a camp, but like. They were just making like Juvie's first like album, 2 albums. It's just them making a bunch of songs. It's not no concept. It's not anything. It's just making a bunch of songs.
And just seeing what stick.
And you can tell that changed from Wayne like Carter 1, Carter 2, Carter 3. even though he still records at a high volume. And I think Outkast is the same way because they were Organized Noise who did most of the songs. But like, y'all, this, a lot of people say this is Outkast's best album. I would not agree with that. Just because they have other albums that have a higher percentage. Mm-hmm. Like you said, these have high highs, but I don't think that the high highs you are not going to play this album all the way through because you're going to go straight to the high highs for the most part.
Yeah. Right.
So, classic album, but has skips.
Right.
So, hope we answered the question for y'all whether or not. Oh, last but not least, what is your no skip album? I go first if you.
Me, I'm going to Graduation.
Graduation,
Kanye. Like I said,
you gonna listen to Drunk and Hot Girls.
Drunk and Hot Girls. It has it on there.
Yeah.
But that's heat for me. Straight up.
Yeah.
What about you? What you got?
I have Tyler the Creator, Igor.
Okay.
So Tyler the Creator grew on me pretty much. Just like my brother was telling me, like, yo, you need to listen to like Goblin. I'm like, this dude is eating a roach in the video. It's a hard pass, bro. First of all, I don't understand what you're trying to do, and that's just not the rap I'm listening to. And then he dropped a couple other albums, Flower Bomb, Flower Bomb. I think that's right.
Flower Boy or something.
No, Flower Boy is the other one. Cherry Bomb, Flower Boy, Igor. He just dropped Call Me If You Get Lost, and all of them is heat. And so Igor are like, it's the well-written songs. Like every single song is a well-written like song. There's some rap songs or whatever, but I appreciate that level of like artistry when people put songs together and not just raps or not just hooks or whatever. So
I'm skipping that because the wig. So.
The wig was a little swaggy. The wig was a little swaggy though, high key.
I'm just playing, yeah.
But that's the rollout stuff, we should talk about rollouts at some point. But yeah, that's the end of the pie, y'all. Stay smooth.